Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, today we're playing with pattern paper. This is card number 3 of our DSP Paper Play series, and we are using a sketch. This sketch was created by Pamela Young, and I picked it up off of Pinterest and I just printed it out. This way I could take a picture of it and create a card. So we are going to bring in some pattern paper. We're using a 6x6 paper pad from Handmade stamps. This is the Over the Rainbow paper pad. This is one of the newer ones that I have, and you know what, I'll list it down below. I'm pretty sure it's still available. But I have 4 different colors. I love two-toned or tone-on-tone pattern paper, and so that's what we're going to be using today. I have a green, I have a blue, I have a red, and then I also have a corally orange color. Now I'm cutting down one strip. They're 3/4 inch strips, and then I'm going to line them up all together. I cut out all the paper at once. Now I'm going to keep them together, and then I'm going to put them in the paper trimmer and cut at the 3/4 inch mark. I'm going to trim a little bit off first, and then I can slide it down and create squares. So we're creating a 3/4 inch square with each one of these. I tried the pattern with a larger 1 inch square and it was too big. You could only fit maybe 7 or 8 on my panel, and I wanted a little bit more color. So I thought the 3/4 inch square was perfect size. So here's what they look like, and they're ready to go. Just 4 colors is all we need. If you have stripes, I think stripes would look fabulous with this. I'm going to use a foam adhesive behind each one of my squares here. Only a few of them in the beginning because I wasn't sure how many I needed. I already cut out a panel and with my double stitched rectangle die. So my panel size is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm lining them up, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it crooked. So I'm going to bring in my T-square ruler, and I dotted the center. And then this way I know where the point of the square will be. I know it's perfectly centered. And then using the T-square ruler on the bottom, I know I can get it straight from there. At least the first row. The second row I needed a little help with, but I think the outcome turned out nice. So there's my 4 colors. I'm going to go ahead and layer 2 more layers. So we have another extra layer here. And then we're going to add 1 more layer after that. But you can see the second layer is a little bit more difficult to get even. I think if I had my head in the way the entire time I was placing them, I think it would have been easier. But I didn't want my head to be in the way during the whole video, so I kind of eyeballed it. We're finishing up the last layer, and I just love the colors in this. I think it's nice and summery, so I like that. I'm going to use my scissors and trim off the excess here, and once we have that done, those are all the pattern papers that we're going to use. So I want a focal point, and so I'm going to bring in a stamp set. I'm going to erase that pencil mark real quick. It's kind of peeking through. The stamp set that I'm using is from Pink and Maine. It's an older one. I've had in my stash for a while, and it is called Oh Crab, and I thought we would create a belated birthday card. I create lots of birthday cards, but I don't think I've created a belated one. So there's a sentiment in the stamp set that's kind of has a little punniness to it. I chose the little crab that's sitting on a beach ball. I thought I could color in the beach ball with the same colors that it's pretty close as the colors in the pattern paper. Since they're basically tone on tone, it's probably easy to match. I stamped, colored in, and then fussy cut each one of I did 2 of the crabs here. And then I thought, they are so cute. I think I'm going to doctor them up with some googly eyes. I have lots of these. In fact, I've had them for so long that some of them have turned yellow. I don't know why I have them. But I added my little googly eyes here. And I think it's a nice summery focal point for the card. We're going to go ahead and add foam adhesive behind these guys. We're going to kind of layer them both together, overlapping them just a little bit, and then we're going to place them on our panel to the left. We'll add our first one, and then we'll go ahead and add our second one. I'm just adding foam adhesive to the very bottom because I didn't know where he was going to be positioned. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I can just press down and commit to it. Now I'm going to highlight the beach ball with my white gel pen, just adding a few little white details to that. And now we're going to stamp our sentiment. The second half of the sentiment says, "I forgot your special day." And then there's a sentiment in the stamp set that says, "Oh crab." So I thought that would be perfect for this little card. We'll stamp the second part of the sentiment in the bottom corner with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And then for the "Oh crab," I thought we would give this a two-tone. I thought we would color in the O with my VersaFine ink and the crab with my Cranberry Bliss ink. So I'm just kind of lightly going over the crab with my red ink. If you wanted the mask off, it'd probably be easier, but I think the edge of the ink pad is okay. It's spaced a little bit, so it's not so bad. I inked up my "Oh crab." We're going to stamp that. And when I stamped it crooked. I was like, man, but that's a good thing, I guess, because I didn't like the black and the red. It wasn't flowing right for me. Even my little buddy here doesn't think it was a good idea to do the black and red. So we're going to do a quick fix. I have some black cardstock. I'm going to treat it with my anti-static powder tool. And then we're going to stamp "Oh crab" again, but this time with a Versamark ink. And then I'm going to go over my stamped sentiment with white embossing powder. And then just using my heat gun, we're going to go ahead and melt that embossing powder. And I actually really like the way this turned out. So sometimes mistakes are happy mistakes. Kind of gearing you a different way. Okay, I have some sentiment dies here. These, I believe, were from Avery, Elle. I've gotten questions on them before. I'll link them down below in case you guys want to check them out. But these are nice because they're different size strips. But I'm going to find one that is perfect size for my "Oh crab, and then run that through my die cut machine. And then I'll add foam adhesive behind it and place that right over my mistake. And I can get it straight, and I like it a lot better. I think it turned out perfect. We're going to flip this panel over. I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to adhere that to an A2 size card base, which is a standard top folding card base. And then after we have this done, we just need a few bells and whistles. I thought the googly eyes were so cute, and it's kind of nice having them because my squares, you can see, are not exactly positioned perfect. And so the googly guys kind of divert your eyes away from those squares. And so they're less noticeable, I would think. I'm going to add a few of these little tiny bubbles. These are also from Honeybee Stamps. They're itty bitty bubbles, and I think they were a perfect addition to this card. But that finishes off my project for today using pattern paper. This card number 3. I'll be working on card number 4 next month. But thanks so much for joining me, guys. I wish you a fabulous day. And if you want to see close-up pictures, you can go ahead and visit my blog. I'll link it down below. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.